At Art Institute, I was mainly in the film and photography department. So I never had done any sculpture there. It wasn't until I moved to Miami for a couple of years to work in the film industry down there on a freelance, just to get access to equipment, because I'm still making small film, 60mm films. In graduate school, it was always through this critical lens of looking at like what are the issues, like what's problematic about this, but at the same time I never wanted the work to be critical completely. I wanted it to blur, to have it, because part of it was it's seductive to me, but at the same time it's repulsive, and it's this push and pull where I didn't want the work to be celebratory, but at the same time be completely critical of it. And sometimes the work would get into this place where people didn't know, is it celebrating this culture, or is it having a critical distance of it? Am I in it? Am I out of it? A lot of times people would see, well, they don't know me, they haven't met me, and they see the work and they assume a narrative of who I am, and then when they meet me, they're like, wait, this makes no, let me think. That's where the Cheerleaders came up, this idea of uniforms and how people are read a certain way when you choose a certain uniform. So this project led to a series of other photographs that involve people, casting from family members to strangers to crackheads on the street. It was this whole series of people for, I don't know, another 3 years after that. And then it got to the point where I felt like I couldn't make any more images of people, particularly people of color, like Hispanics or Blacks or Asians, because I felt that there was something happening with the way the images were being consumed in art at that time in the early 2000s, around a lot of my colleagues too that were representing dark bodies either in painting or in photography, and it kind of turned me off, and I felt like I need to turn the camera away from people. That's why I ran away from the studio, and I'm going on, for selfish reasons, on these trips to just shoot landscape and an excuse to go out to places that I haven't been to. And then later finding these cars and then putting them together, there is this consciousness that this is branding, that this branding connotes some kind of whatever fantasy of wealth or other class that might be above you. I've tried not to control at all what they're ultimately trying to say, because every person who looks at it is going to have a different connection to it. But it was always good to start for me with certain things that were very grounded to you understood what it meant. Like, oh, that's a radio, that's a rim, that's a gold ring, that's a gold watch, and then you go somewhere else with it.